boys. Now it's time to talk about the 2022 AFC champion New York Jets, because boy, oh boy, do I got some good shit for the Jets today, boy. I know me and you probably are the furthest apart of any team that we've had as far as predictions.
I have to see what you say.
Okay.
For some of these games, because as we go through the schedule,
go to the Artie one too.
No, I thought that's what that was, but I didn't want to click.
It's there. Yeah, bang. Jets. Boom. All right. So here's the low, super duper low over under on the win total is 5.5 for the New York Jets. I'll go over the key losses and the key gains and their draft. Key losses for the New York Football Jets. Marcus May starts off as safety, right? They lose Marcus May. They lose Keelan Cole. They also lose Jamison Crowder. So 2 receivers, Gonzo. They lost 2 tight ends. They have addressed that, though. In the gains, I feel like the bigger gains. CJ Azuma, I think this is their best tight end they've had in years.
Kyle Brady. Shout out to Kyle Brady.
Oh, my God. Remember this square-ass head? Anyway, Solomon Thomas, edge rusher, coming on in. This is not a good signing. I don't know if you consider him even in the race to win this job. But please, I beg of you, Jets, if I'm gonna be behind you guys the entire year, please release Greg Zuerlein before he gets on the field. He sucks. He can hit that 60-yarder, but boy, you line him up for a 37-yard chipper, no shot in hell. So get rid of him. And of course, Jordan Whitehead was brought on as well. But I have to talk and rave about the New York Jets draft. We did this already back when the draft happened. The New York Jets draft was out of this world good. Obviously, Sauce Gardner picked 4th overall. Garrett Wilson, one of the better receivers in the draft class, picked 10th overall. And then they go back into the first round after a trade and get Jermaine Johnson off the edge. And of course, in the second round, 36th overall, so literally the 4th pick in the second round, they bring in Breece Hall. They also drafted a tight end, offensive tackle, edge towards the back end. The tight end, actually, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's actually pretty good. When you look at this team,
allegedly,
you look at this team, Gooch,
is he in the 5th round?
They have it all. Really depends about Zach Wilson. Clearly, the growth of this kid. He's already made headlines in the offseason by slaying some moms out there. Which again, shout out to Zach Wilson for doing his thing, bro, making headlines and doing his thing. Right? People already have anointed you as basically the king of New York, but it's.
I think Zach Wilson might be sad right now.
Why,
I think
why
everybody's
he is the starting quarterback in New York.
Everyone's praising Zach Wilson but I could guarantee you that when this story broke and his girl found out, he wasn't yeah, what?
Well, no,
he was
of course.
destroyed.
When
that
that
his girl
moment,
found out and broke up with him, and then started banging his best friend. Zach Wilson right now isn't good.
No.
I can promise you.
I promise you, within 8 seconds of feeling sad, he got 3 messages in his DMs.
Yeah, but
he was fine.
But
trust me
Mormon,
when I tell you,
Dave. It might not matter to him. It's not. He's.
This is true. He's a normal 4-girl kind of guy as a Mormon.
But anyway,
so it's Zach Wilson. He leads the league in moms tapped, and of course behind him is Joe Flacco, elite. Okay, everybody knows that Joe Flacco's elite. They have a 3-headed monster.
Isn't there a quarterback controversy in New York with Mike White and Zach Wilson?
Mike White? No, remember that?
Not really, dude.
That was a complete
that was a
dig and sarcasm.
Dig ski. Anyway, no controversy there. Mike White has remained as the 3rd guy, so we'll see if he gets back. But they have a 3-headed monster, I believe, in the backfield. Okay, obviously they draft Breece Hall. You got Michael Carter from last year. Nope, everybody shouldn't sleep on Tevin Coleman. I understand he's almost like a journeyman, but he is that change of pace guy, and I definitely think that he has a very big role.
You mean Coach Coleman? He's coaching out there right now at this point. Come on, bro. You got these 2 young upstart running backs that are definitely going to get the ball more often than not. Coach Coleman he'll be a good addition.
Bailey comes in and says he's been repenting since. He's talking about Wilson. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that's great.
The Heavenly Father will forgive you. Just don't drink coffee.
Don't do that yet. The receiving core, Elijah Moore. Everybody liked him last year. He's 1 year better, and I think he's going to be great. And we just mentioned Garrett Wilson. They do have Corey Davis from last year. Mims hasn't really jumped off the scene yet, but has a chance to. And don't forget Braxton Berrios, man. He's joined the, what do we call that? The white.
White. I'm pretty sure is he white?
Braxton Berrios? Yes, he's a little white man.
Sounds a little Latin.
Definitely a white.
Braxton Berrios.
I could be wrong.
I mean, he might be half white. But
man,
Berrios,
you're really putting me on the fucking what's that?
But he's on
23andMe or whatever it's called.
Let's check. I'm looking. Does he get a pass? Braxton Berrios, wide receivers of America. Does he fit in? Yeah, he's in, bro.
So he's there. All right. Anyway.
Ken Pullman told me he gets royalties every time I mention that. He said,
"Oh, nice.
That is his thing."
All right. So anyway, their offensive line, they've been building that for the last couple of years. Unfortunately, Becton right now is still eating. So I don't know what they're going to do about him, but the offensive line is better over the years, okay? Defense, obviously Lawson, Rankings, Quinn and Williams. They got a really good team. CJ Mosley, if this guy stays healthy, remember what he used to be able to do.
Big if.
I know, but I'm saying remember what he used to do. The secondary, Sauce Gardner, they just drafted him, LaMarcus Joyner. The Jets are going to be good, man. And I got a good feeling about their schedule too, because when I got a chance to look at it, I'm like, wow, okay, so you say tough. I say, you know what? There's going to be some wins in here in which I don't think that people are going to predict right off the rip. And maybe they come in not as the dogs, but I really do believe Berrios is Hispanic, according to Scoop.
He is. His father's name is Rico.
Yeah, so.
All right, well.
That's hilarious.
Then I'm wrong on that. Then that's fine. But anyway.
No, I checked. He's in. He's in. We're good.
Oh, okay,
We're good.
cool.
He's
So he
in.
meets the criteria.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So going over this, well, anyway, talk to me about the Jets, Gooch. Before I dive into the schedule. Obviously, I just rolled off everything.
So obviously, we talked about the receivers. Their young parts right now are all good. They got 2 first-round receivers on the outside. They have, Elijah Moore was drafted in the first round or second?
Either way.
Second round.
Second
All right,
round.
so either way,
Right, so they have 2 really good young
end.
wide receivers. Corey Davis, who has had success in the league, but he's typically a third receiver, so now he gets to fall into his role.
He was a 2 behind A.J. Brown.
But was
And then
he?
last year, he was, whatever.
I think he's better suited for a third, and now he's 3 years removed from being a 2. We talked about it. Every time we talk about the Jets, I like their head coach. I think they're going to play hard for him. I'm not sure how his X's and O's are going to go and how the coordinator situation works out with the Jets, but it's all about Zach Wilson. I think that Zach Wilson might be going through it a little bit, and he's a little upset about what's going on in his personal life. You think that it's just like, oh, Zach Wilson's the man, but I don't know,
Listen,
man.
I'm not singing his praises.
This was his high school sweetheart and his best friend. That's a tough situation to have to live through.
Bro. Trust me, man.
Yeah,
there's no broken hearts here. I'm telling you right now.
Man,
it might have been fresh.
Wouldn't be so sure. But
I don't know the guy. I'm not friends with him. Like, dude, you all right? You want to talk about it? Like, I'm sure that he was very beat up about it because look, he did a bad thing, right? Like he did a bad thing by the book. He did a bad thing.
So, it's not like his mom is cool with it. Like his mom sent him to a Mormon school. His mom is kind of
hold on.
nuts,
Well,
by
his
the
mom's
way.
been on Instagram and everything. When she goes,
everybody thought that was the friend.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. She was on a couple days ago. I'll show you the video. I'll find it.
And a couple days ago,
So
she resurfaced because I know she took a little hiatus.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, because
But
she's probably getting
so
butchered.
The new video, she's like on live. She's very
Case in
whatever.
point, Zach Wilson's
and
dealing with
there are
his
friends.
mom,
her friends are in the background, and people are like, "Oh, is that her?" And her mom's like, "Don't say that about laughing like this isn't her."
Trust me when I tell you, all is
basically
well.
acknowledging that it did take place.
It's foregone. It's a thing. It happened. But anyway, back to football.
Young offensive line, but improving offensive line.
The Jets have paid they have to this year.
The most money paid out to an
offensive line. Yeah.
Okay, so all that's well and good. The Jets, you say way too low win total, bro. I raise you this. The Jets have combined 6 wins over the last 2 seasons.
I'm well aware.
Right? So they got to go out there and prove it on the field.
Sometimes the team's got to take a couple big L's to put it all together.
Sometimes these drafts take a couple years to materialize. Case in point, Elijah Moore last year. I do think Garrett Wilson's the next coming of a Marvin Harrison, Isaac Bruce type. I do think he's
going
to be
big body and can move.
Dude. That'd be so cool.
He has the really good route running ability, and he has probably the best hands in the draft. So I'm big on him. It's like Zach Wilson. Is he going to take the next step this year? I think he might, but it's going to be with some bumps along the way. And the schedule is a little bit tougher than you're giving it credit for.
Listen, there's when Zach Wilson struggled last year and he got hurt, right? Like it was just a rough year for him, right?
Allergies are fucked.
But the due diligence, which is a very popular word in Dallas, the due diligence that the Jets put in to get this kid and put them as their franchise guy. I understand that it didn't work out with Sam Darnold, and maybe they cut the cord with him too quick. I don't know. Like he's obviously shown some flashes, but this kid looks to be the electric spark that this offense needs, and it wasn't able to get going last year because of the fact that A, he was hurt, B, just the new coaching staff. It was all a work in progress. So they went from 2 to 4, right? Wins, 2 to 4 to We'll see what they do this year. I think there's a massive leap, not just a leap, because another leap would be 6.
I mean,
7,
it's not hard to improve on 2 wins though.
on 4.
Yeah, but
4
you know,
wins.
so 4 wins in an
So
improvement.
they doubled from 2 to 4. They
picked
could
third.
double from 4 to maybe more.
The Jets picked 3rd this year.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, they went from the 2nd pick to the 3rd pick.
Sometimes you got to go through that shit. Look at the Bengals. They went from last to first.
I know. Look, but the thing about the Jets is that they've gone through this shit. You know, how many times have the Jets been
I
in the
think
top
this is a
5?
different regime, though. I don't know,
Fair,
man.
and everybody says like, "Oh, in Joe Douglas we trust," or whatever the new slogan might be. But at the end of the day, having good drafts doesn't really equate to good drafts if they're not good drafts in 2 or 3 years. Like, we can't judge this draft. Sauce Gardner
Not
can
yet.
get
No.
roasted week 1.
You're very, very accurate.
I don't
but,
believe that's going to happen.
I don't think so
they,
either.
They have a few good players here.
But again, those moves that the front
they
office
gotta get it
made
done on
on
the field.
draft night to get back into the first round to get Jermaine Johnson, right? And then, like, I was a little weary with the Breece Hall pick, but apparently everybody's on this kid like he's going to be something good. And you already had something okay in Michael Carter.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're adding to that is even better because in the NFL, as much as it's a passing league and you got to make sure you can pass the ball well, you got to establish the run to pass, to open up that pass. I think the Jets can do that this year. I really do. So let's dive into the schedule. And this is where I'm going to make some people's heads explode, okay? Because, and I'm not here, listen, I'm telling you right now, bold face, right to the camera, I am not Mr. Clicky McClickerson. I don't say shit just to get clicks. I don't do that. I actually frown upon all those assholes who do that. I'm not about to do that here. However,
Clickerson.
this might do that. We'll see. Here we go. Starting off with the Baltimore Ravens at home. I'm here to tell you that the Jets are going to win their opener. They're going to win their opener. They're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens at home. Then they go at Cleveland. We don't know about the suspension, but the Jets could beat Cleveland in Cleveland. And that's even with Deshaun Watson at quarterback. I firmly believe that. Okay? Ready? They come home, they play the Bengals, the AFC champion Bengals.
If you got the Jets starting off 3-0, that's fake.
It gets better. I got the Jets beating the Bengals.
Nobody believes
I got the
that.
Jets beating the Bengals. The Bengals are going to be that team where they're going to be very good, but I just think that the Jets are going to go on this little bit of a run in the beginning of the season where people are going to be like, okay, hold on. Like, is this Zach Wilson? Is this what we got? Is this the future? Are we really excited? Are we going to get nuts? The Jets start off, to me, 3-0. Then they go at Pittsburgh. Guess what? Guess what, everybody?
Jets might be
They're going to beat the
0-4.
Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, too. Because if it's Mitch or it's Kenny Pickett by week 4, Jets still win that game. Better team.
Definitely beating the Steelers. That's
4-0.
Definitely, huh?
4-0. Then they go back
In
home.
Pittsburgh, you're definitely beating them?
Yeah.
They're going to beat the Steelers at New Heinz Field, whatever they call
I'll
it.
take that bet right now.
Go ahead, take that bet.
Without, like,
The Pittsburgh
easy
Steelers
money.
is a win.
at least it's mathematically easy money for
Week
me because
5.
they're going to be favored.
Week 5. The Jets go back home. The Jets go back home
The 3-0
and play
Jets,
the Miami Dolphins. That's a win.
That is a win too, though.
That's a win. So yes, the New York Football Jets are going to start off 5-0.
How about this? There's a better chance of the Jets starting off 0-5, obviously. And if that's the
the
case, I'm
Jets
going
beat
to
the
pull up.
Bengals last year. And that's right.
Keep going. Yeah. Talk to him, Rob.
Mike White.
Talk to
That
him,
was a
Rob.
Mike White
So
game,
all right,
boy.
listen. So here's the hot start. Everybody's going to go nuts. They're going to say Zach Wilson's the guy, and then they're going to run into a
Yeah,
buzzsaw.
because they beat them last year. They must beat them this year.
No. The Jets are going to run into a little bit of a buzzsaw
something
named
here.
Aaron Rodgers. And I think in Green Bay is their first loss of the season.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it wasn't happening. All right,
Thank
I'm not,
God. That was
I'm not
terrifying.
insane. I just
Are the
think
Packers going to be dogs in that one too?
No.
Like home
No.
dogs?
They'll probably be
If we're 5-0,
If the Jets are
if we're
undefeated.
if the Jets are
5-0.
5-0, listen, if the Jets are 5-0 and the Packers are 4-1 for whatever reason.
All right, so Dave, I'm
No,
going
the
to show you
Packers
what
will
the
probably
odds
still
are.
be
Ready?
favored, though.
The Jets to start 4-0 is plus 3,000.
What about 5-0?
I don't know.
There's no odds for that. Anyway, so the 5-1 New York Jets go at Denver. They're going to lose that one too. So the Jets are going to hit the skids a little bit. They're going to hit the 2-game losing streak. Then everybody's like, "Oh my God, wheels are going to fall off." Like, let's hope that 5 week in a like by Thanksgiving or not by Thanksgiving after Halloween. You're like, "Oh shit, what's going to happen now?" They go back home. They're going to beat the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be one of the bottom feeders of this year. I know Anand's in the chat. I saw him in there before. I'm sorry. He's a Pats fan. I'm sorry. The Patriots are going to stink this year. They're going to be bottom feeders with the Bears and the Texans. Okay, those are going to be the bottom feeders of the league. And look, you can go back. You can go back in the middle of the year. Mark it down, July, what's today, 25th. You can be like, look at Dave, what an idiot. He said the Patriots are going to be bad and the Patriots start 5-0 or some shit, right? It's going to be like one of those. It's fine. I'm fine with it. So they're going to beat the Patriots. Then they go back home. They stay home. They play Buffalo. I think they get swept by Buffalo this year. Buffalo is, I think, leaps and bounds better than anybody else in the AFC East. I think Josh Allen is the real deal, and I think that they're going to struggle at home, and people are going to be like, what the fuck? But going into their Week 10 bye, I got the Jets at 6-3. The Jets at 6-3 going into their bye.
Well, 1-5-0, 1-3 in their last 4. 1-3 in their last 4.
And they're struggling. They hit the struggle button, right? Then out of the bye is when I know this is going to retract what I just said. They go to New England, they lose that game off the bye. New England's not going 0-17, okay? Like, they're going to win some games, and specifically at home. So I think the Jets trip up here, and they lose that game. But then it gets favorable once again, 2 weeks in a row. They host the Bears. Again, bottom feeders. Jets get that win. Then they go at Minnesota. I don't believe in Minnesota like everybody else does. I know a lot of people are on the Vikings this year to be better. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't know what time this game is. It doesn't really matter. I'm not all over the whole, like, Cousins can't win. All right, Cousins can't win at prime time, blah, blah, blah. I think they can go on the road and beat Minnesota, too. I'm a firm believer in this coaching staff. I think Robert Saleh has got these guys are going to play as best as they played in years. I really do believe that. Maybe since the Super Bowl, AFC Championship years, Sexy Rex.
I think that's fairly evident if right now you have him at 8 wins through 12 weeks.
So I've already hit the over, by the way, as we go on. They lose again to Buffalo. Then they go back home. Ready for this back home stretch? Detroit and Jacksonville. Give me 2 wins there, too. Give me 2 wins. Why? Why not? And I know the Lions and the Jaguars are probably going to compete this year. They're going to be better than that most people have said. But I firmly believe those are going to be some close games. But the Jets get it done as long as they cut their line right now. Because if they have a different kicker,
the Jaguars or the Lions against the Jets when you were doing their teams.
I don't know. I would have to go back and look. But
the Jets,
this is hard to do.
Yeah, it is. What we'll do is go through the week one, week
right.
2.
We're going to do that like we did last year, and we'll figure that out via like Instagram graphics or some shit. End of the year. At Seattle. Seattle's going to be one of those bottom feeders, I believe, as well. You know, top 5 pick next year. They win there, and then they trip up at the end of the year against Miami, which probably costs them, I don't know how much it's going to cost them, but I have the 2022 New York Jets going 11-6. You talk about a team, I've seen the Bengals do it. So it has been done before, and in recent years, where you're the worst team in the league, you draft 1 or 2 guys that it just makes the difference. Your quarterback gets on a run, and all of a sudden, you're in the AFC Championship and in the Super Bowl. I've seen it happen. It's going to happen with the New York Jets. I'm taking flight this year, boys. I'm with you guys, with the Jets fans. I think the Jets are going to have a fantastic season under Robert Saleh, Zach Wilson, and co. That's my rant, and I'm sticking to it. Where are your major discrepancies? Because obviously you don't have them at 11.
There's a lot.
Okay, like I said, I think this was going to be the most
right
far
out of the
apart we are.
gate is where I have the issue. I think that the most winnable game out of the gate is definitely at Cleveland because of the quarterback situation. But even that game is going to be a nightmare to protect Zach Wilson, right? And then stopping Nick Chubb. Right, that's going to be a tough situation. Just looking at matchup-wise, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals, I feel like they're going to, and the Steelers, right out of the gate, the Jets are going to get their run defense tested early and often against the AFC North. They're going to run the ball at the Jets, who it was pointed out in the chat by Anand that they were the last-ranked team in football against the run last year. So they do have some young, good talent up front, and the philosophy of a Robert Saleh to maybe toughen up with another year under that system, but like I said, you know they're going to get tested by Najee Harris, Lamar Jackson. I don't know how Dobbins will be, but Mixon, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, it's going to be hard for the Jets out of the gate. If they pass that test, then maybe we could be
passing the test for you? 500, 2-2?
2-2 would be passing that test.
Okay.
Yeah, if they could get 2 wins there, but it's going to be tough. I don't know. I look at the Jets as possibly starting a little tough, 1-3, and then they go to Miami, maybe even 1-4.
Miami coming to them. Miami's coming to them.
Either way, the Miami game possibly 1-4, but I don't think the Jets are going to be the type of team that just lays down and dies at 1-4. They're going to still win some football games, but it's going to be tough out of the gate because Zach Wilson's still sad. He's still, about 4 months short of his 16th birthday. And
so what's
he looks every bit of it.
He's going to have a Sweet 16.
No, Zach Wilson, I need to see the system take place first. He hasn't shown me that he can be the quarterback. So Zach Wilson right now is the major liability. Until he goes in against these North defenses and shows me that he can be good, I can't predict that he's going to be. And it's going to be one of those two, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. Somebody makes the leap, maybe even Mac Jones, maybe Davis Mills. But until I see it, I'm not going to go out on a limb and predict the Jets to win 10 games. I could see them hitting 6 or 7, even with a rough start, because Robert Saleh will have them playing hard.
So you don't believe the Jets are even remotely even close to a playoff team?
No.
Okay.
No, not in the AFC right now. No way.